Hi, Trina here. Just want to show you today how I do my wraps and some of the tips and the tricks that I've learned. You really don't have to do much besides what's already on the instructions, but these might not be super clear unless you've seen it before. So I'm going to show you. If I sent you a sample, you've got this. It's the same thing that comes on your wraps. I'm just going to give you a little visual today, but before I give you all these tips and instructions, maybe make you think that there's a lot of things you have to do, I'm going to show you how long it takes me to do one nail. Lately I've been able to do all my nails in like 10 or 15 minutes, and they stay for the full 2 weeks. So I've got my little heater on here. Before I start, well, let me just go through it and then I'll show you. But I'm going to do this nail and it needs to be prepped. And I just took one off, so I'm going to focus down here at the base where there's new nail, so it's not shiny anymore. I'm pushing back my cuticles. And I'm taking my alcohol wipe, scrubbing it clean. My hands are already washed. Okay, and then I'm going to pick a wrap that's smaller than my nail. And I already know which ones I use because I've done it a million times. So what I like to do is measure it and trim it. I'll show you all this in better detail in a second. And you aren't going to touch it. A little bit of heat. Stick it on. I'm going to fix that a little, and it's okay to touch this tip that you're not going to use, so sometimes I cut a little extra. Down the middle, down the side, and down the side. I'm going to push it a little more just to get a lot of pressure all around all the edges. And then you can see there's extra. I'm just going to leave that there while I do the rest of my nails. So that was one nail that's really, doesn't take that long after you get used to it. So I'm going to show you how to do my thumb in more detail. And this is cooking me right now. Pregnant. Too much heat. So let me show you one of my favorite tricks. This is why I chose the nail, or my thumb. Your thumb is a little more square than all the roundy ones. So I like to do this, and you don't have to. This is one of those things that I just like to do. I'm not going to touch this wrap. I'm just picking it off a little. And I'm just going to cut a little curve off of it, so it's kind of square. Okay, and this is how I measure them. You could just cut it in half, like they say on the instructions. I like to, see, my nails are kind of short, so I like to actually measure where I need it. Trim it like that. Okay, so I just skipped a few things I need to tell you. Before we put this on, my nail needs to be prepped. You cannot skip this. You need to spend this time on your nails so that you don't waste everything you're about to do.
Let's show us,
Is it over?
Yeah, can I have another one?
Hold on one second. Let me do this video, okay?
No, can I see?
Come sit right there.
Here?
Yep, sit there and just watch, okay? So I've buffed it off, and then the cuticles are pushed back. Mine are kind of permanently pushed back since I do my nails all the time. Sit down, please, Linda.
Well, can I have one of these two?
You can have that. Okay, and I just rubbed it with alcohol.
What?
You want to actually scrub it. You don't want to just wipe it. You're trying to actually get all the oil off there and all the stuff you just buffed off. Okay, now I'm prepped.
Me?
No, me. Shh, you have to be quiet for this video. Go watch something.
I can't.
Go push the button.
What's
Okay,
wrong?
I just picked this off. I'm not touching this with my fingers. If you get your fingers on there, it's going to get oily. And then it's not going to stick very good. Another thing for prep, sorry, we are kind of flustered here. I like to go around the edges. Mine don't have invisible cuticle. I know that because I've been doing my nails with jamberries for about a year, so I have gotten that all off. But if you've never done it before, invisible cuticle is about the same as skin, and it's not going to stick to your skin. So you can go around the edges like this with a little file and scrape off any stuff that you can't really see there, but it's there sometimes. So if you're having problems with it sticking around the edges, that might be it. Okay, I'm prepped again. These heat up really quickly, but they also cool down really quickly. So we're going to split the heat into a few portions. So I'm just going to give it a tiny bit, enough just to get it to stick on a little. See, it's not even on, it's just on there. And this is when you could, if it's not centered, you could fix it, but mine's fine. So I'm going to heat it right down the middle, and I'm going to start at the bottom and push up. Bottom to top, just down the middle. My sides are still hanging off. Now I'm going to do one side so it's freshly warm and flexible, and I'm going to push from the middle around the edges. And if you get any little divots, you can kind of pull at the corner and straighten it all out. I'm going to do the other side. Push it down that way. Okay, I'll rub it all over. Pressure and heat are what makes these stick. So I like to use this.
Does it hurt, Mom?
It does not hurt.
And why do
Okay,
you
see I've got my extra hanging off there, and I would leave that while I did my whole hand. See, this one's been on there, so now I feel pretty good about how the tip has sealed. So it says to heat again. You can just heat it and rub it again, but I like to use the baggy trick, and it's not necessary again, but I like this trick. You're just going to wrap the baggie around and pull it really tight, especially down over that tip. And then you're going to heat it. I like to kind of roll it, make sure it's getting heat. So this baggie is kind of evenly distributing the heat and pressure at the same time. I'm going to do my thumb that I just did. Okay, that's it. I'm going to let this cool again. Actually, I did all these. I haven't filed them yet. I was going to show you on this hand so that these can have a chance to cool. So when we're filing, if your tips are coming off, you might be filing them wrong. All you are doing is straight down. You're not doing side to side. You're not going up and down. And you don't have to push really hard. Mine's already flaking off. I already had trimmed with my scissors. Like this. I'd already just kind of trimmed the excess off like that. So there's just a little bit of extra to make it smooth.
Who's saying that to her?
All my ladies are going to watch this. All my jamberry ladies.
Whose name?
Oh, they have lots of names. So I'm just going straight down, and they're getting nice and smooth. This one's not done.
Whose name is it?
I'll tell you after, okay?
Name. Good.
One's all
big.
done. My pinky is kind of short, so the easiest thing you can use nail clippers. I don't have any right here, so I'll just trim it a little closer. Be nice. Okay. One thing about picking the sizes, this is so important. Please don't do this wrong. This is probably the biggest thing I see people do wrong. And your wraps will not stick to your skin. So please pick one that is smaller than your nail. Think thin and skinny. Just like you want your pants to fit, you want skinnier wraps.